All right. Okay. So today is STEM Day. There's STEM, there's STEAM. The world is changing and things are being added every day. So we used to have the STEM Day. Now we also have STEAM Day, and that's today, November 8th. Let's have a conversation on this now to help us understand the essence of it, but I guess it's not too far away from what you know. It's supposed to be a day to inspire children, explore, pursue their intentions in science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. So you see, it's a whole lot there. Those fields that dictate the future. So let's talk about this with Dr. Finn Ditimi. He's the principal consultant at F&F Consultancy for the Future. Well, I did say it was talking about the future. Do I say happy STEAM Day or happy STEM Day? Dr. Finn, which one should we use now?
So we can say STEAM because we're trying to be more inclusive. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Great. So, I mean, these are very technological future areas, art, engineering, and all of that. Um, Permit me to be selfish. In sub-Saharan Africa and then in Nigeria, we have these as courses in the school, but I wonder how impactful really it is if it's just a course that children have to do, or if we really look into the future as it's supposed to be to prepare the children to create a future that's better than today.
Yes, so STEM is just not about what you learn in school, but your ability to be able to build the needed skill set that the market needs for you to be able to add value to the economy. So ensuring that you have the right roles, the right practical experience, the right knowledge, and the right information to be able to add to the digital economy. Right now, we're seeing that the STEM roles are increasing because in comparison to other roles, right now about 90% of STEM roles are increasing on a day-to-day basis in comparison to only 34% for non-STEM roles. So there's a need to not just get the needed skill set, but have the practical knowledge to contribute. And Africa has been leading in certain areas and also being impactful in collaborating and contributing using STEM knowledge in different fields. And there's a lot of innovations around tech hubs in Africa doing that. We can talk about the mobile banking revolution that has made funds accessible to people. We can talk about the health tech industry where we are able to get mobile medical supplies to remote areas. And even the renewable energy sector, we'll be talking about ensuring that we're able to have off-grid solutions for people to be able to access electricity, and even the agricultural technology sector, making sure we're able to improve supply chains to help farmers to be able to not just access local markets, but global markets. And as we see, of course, there are infrastructural challenges with regards to this, but these are some signals that is showing that there's a promising future for the African continent and Nigeria as the country.
Yes, and sub-Saharan Africa needs about 25 million engineers for the future. The future lies here, but and we have the population. I mean, the world is coming to Africa or seeking Africa when it comes to cheap labor and all of that. But is Africa really positioning itself for the future? We're talking of AI, ICT, and all of that. We need the skills to be developed.
Yes, so I believe Africa is kind of now understanding the value of the digital economy. So if you look around the digital economy and you just think about Africa, it's projected by next year we'll have about, the digital economy in Africa will be about $170 billion. And projected by 2050 is going to be over $700 billion. So we're beginning to see that the world is becoming a smaller place and people are looking to Africa because of our young population. Over 60% of the African population is youths that have the ability to learn and also reskill to be able to contribute to that. And there are multiple roles. About 10 years ago, when I moved into the AI ML space, this wasn't really something that was becoming quite popular, but we're seeing how different industries are becoming impacted by technology. Now technologies are helping them be able to advance, automate, and reduce repetitive tasks, and help them be able to not just export, but collaborate with international partners and businesses. So yes, and also with this young economy, that also makes the rest of the other continent look to us, because right now there's a growth of 70% with regards to STEM roles, which means that there's going to be a shortage, and a lot of first world countries are experiencing this, and they're looking to other areas to help them be able to tap, to fill in the skill gap. And with remote work being available and a growing population even within the African continent of about 70% of people thinking or considering a possibility of working remotely, and over 30% of companies now looking at people working at least once from home, it's now becoming a global market where you can stay anywhere and be able to contribute to the economy anywhere else.
So let's look at the issue of second careers and reskilling, because there's always the conversation of the threats that AI brings to the world. People will lose jobs. I think people have to just up your game, reskill, and all of that. But do we have work schedules, school curriculums that give space for second careers or reskilling in the tech field so that these individuals can be relevant in the future?
So what we're beginning to see is that companies are getting more flexible globally with regards to where they hire, which means that they're looking for places that have the population for them to be able to tap into. And that's where Nigeria and Africa is strategically placed. However, there has to be both a public and private partnership to ensure that we are positioning ourselves to train people for roles that the digital economy needs, like virtual assistants, AI, cybersecurity, data. And that's one area that I'm passionate about within the edtech space. We're looking at working with both the public and private sector to help them unlock these opportunities and set up programs that help us become competitive. Although we understand that there's infrastructural challenges, but we see that there's also opportunities to be able to capitalize on our growing population, reskill people, train people, and ensure that even within the private sector, the public sector, we ensure that even employees are being trained on the needed tools that will help them be able to compete in the global market.
So what would you say are some of the promising tech careers, remote work tech careers, perhaps? Maybe I'll also be looking that way. What are some of those promises?
Yeah, so there are a lot of them, but some of the key ones are virtual assistant. People are looking for people to help them plan, organize, and manage the day. We have project management. We also have digital marketing, social media management. We also have product design. And there are multiple other roles, data analysis, cybersecurity. The world is becoming smaller, which means that people are gathering information and they need to secure it. They need to be able to access it. They need to be able to manage it on a global scale. And these are some of the roles and some of the key things that I see with the African population is that we already have those soft skills that are needed to thrive. In this field, we are able to manage ourselves, we're able to communicate, we're able to engage, we understand the ideology of problem solving. So what is needed now is trainings, knowledge, and practical experience with regards to the tools, with regards to the processes, with regards to the expectations of this role. And we would become a hub, just like many other Asian countries, where companies and organizations are looking to be able to tap into the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, I guess India is one of those countries that we could learn a whole lot from. But thank you so much and happy STEAM Day. Dr. Fin Ditimi, Principal Consultant at F&F Consultancy for the Future.
Thanks for having me.